I've been getting a ton of questions lately on the YouTube channel about intraday trailing drawdown and end of day trailing drawdown and the differences between the two, how they're tracked, and just a lot of confusion about the drawdown. And that's a really important part to passing these funded challenges and managing your risk. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking it all down and just making it way more simple so that people can understand it. So let's get right into it. First, let's talk about the end of day trailing drawdown. This is the type of drawdown that you get on Topstep, My Funded Futures, and TakeProfit evaluations, just to name a few. So you start out with a 50K account, and on each one of these sites, it'll tell you that you have a trailing drawdown starting at $2,000. So to blow your account, you would have to lose this $2,000 right here, and you can't let your overall account go below $48,000. So let's say you take a trade, and on your first trade, you're up $500 on the day, but you got to step away, you can't watch it, whatever, you said to break even, you leave it alone, and it hits your break even, and now you close it for no gain at all. Well, because it's an end of day trailing drawdown, because you didn't take the profit, it doesn't hurt you. So your account balance will still be at $50,000, and your drawdown will still be at $2,000. All right, so let's say you're not done trading on the day and you decide that you're going to trade a few more times, and your next trade you make 100, and then right after that you take another one and you lose $200 on the day, meaning that you're down $100. Well, you decide, okay, I'm done trading, I'm down the $100, I'm cool, I'm just going to walk away. At the end of the day, they'll calculate your end of day trailing drawdown, and now you'll be sitting at 1,900. So your account will be sitting at, $49.9, and you'll only have $1,900 left of drawdown, and your account still won't be able to go below this 48K number because you haven't made any money on the account yet. So now let's say the next day you have a really good day and you end the day with an account balance of $51,000. Now your account, because the drawdown trails you, your drawdown will be back up to that 2K number that it started with. And your account won't be able to go below the $49,000 because that $2,000 is going to trail you. If it goes below 49K now instead of this 48K number, your account will be blown. And the end of day trailing drawdown stops trailing you after you've gotten to an amount of $52,000. Once you get to $52,000 in the account stops trailing you, and you can't go below the original 50K balance that you started with. And then to pass the account, you just got to make the extra $1,000 to make it to 53K, and then you're good to go. The account is passed, and then you basically start back over again, and this same process happens again once you get into the funded account when we're talking about Topstep and My Funded Futures. TakeProfit's a little bit different, but this is how the end of day trailing drawdown works. Intraday trailing drawdown is on platforms like Apex and then TakeProfit once you hit the funded portion of TakeProfit. So let's take the same 50K account with the same $2,000 drawdown. And this time we take the same exact trade we took on the first example and we're up $500. But when you close it, you close for break even for $0 profit. Well, with the intraday trailing drawdown, your account balance will still be the exact same. You'll still have a 50K account balance, but your drawdown is what takes the hit because it's intraday and it tracks it per trade. So now your drawdown will act like you made that $500 right here that you gave back because it takes your maximum profit amount that you were in or your unrealized profit. So your drawdown is now sitting at $1,500 because it subtracts the $500 that you would have made had you taken the profit. So now if you're going to blow your account balance would be at $48,500 instead of being at the $48,000 that it would have been if you did an end of day trailing drawdown, which is why a lot of people find the intraday trailing drawdown a little bit harder, especially if they don't know how to track it. So now on your next trade, if you're up $200 and that's your unrealized profit and you close at $100, your account balance will be at 50,100, but your drawdown will be at 1,600 because of the fact that now you're not penalized for giving back profit because you're already down on your intraday trailing drawdown. So think about it like the system thinks that you're up 51,500, but you're really not. So when you made the $200, it doesn't really go against your drawdown. And when you closed it for $100 profit. So it's going to put that $100 back into your drawdown, and it's also going to put it back into your account. So once you get back to 50,500, or once you get your overall account to 50,500, so you got to make $400 more, then your drawdown will go back to the 2K that it originally started with. So if you're down, you're not really down per se, because you can make it back up. But that's also why Apex gives you a little bit extra on the drawdown. They give you the extra $500 because of the fact that they give you the intraday trailing drawdown. So that is a little bit nice. I just use these numbers to kind of make them simple and sweet and easy to kind of figure out the math. The last type of account the last type of drawdown account is a static account, and those can be found on Apex. So they only have a 100K account, and their drawdown is $675. So the account will be blown if it gets below $99,325. So if you were to take a trade and you make $500, then your drawdown would be added to this $675, and your new drawdown would be $1,175. So it's just like a normal account. Like if you were to start an account in a live, brokerage, and you were to put $675 in that account, and you make 500, then that would be, 1,175 would be in your account. And if you lose it, then it's blown, right? So it's like a regular account. On your next trade, if you're up $500 and you give it all back, your drawdown will stay the same at $1,175. So the static account drawdown is kind of like an intraday or an end of day trailing drawdown, in the sense of it doesn't hurt you for giving back profit, but it's a little bit better because it adds on to the drawdown instead of just staying static, as far as like not moving at 2,000 and kind of trailing you. It doesn't trail you. You actually grow the drawdown as you grow the account. So that's the main difference in the static account drawdown compared to intraday or end of day. I really hope this video cleared up the different types of drawdowns for the accounts. In my opinion, I really like end of day better than anything. It just fits the way that I like to trade more than the intraday or the static accounts, because the static accounts, they don't give you enough drawdown. You have to be very, very careful when you're trading on the static accounts. But the end of day fits my personality much better. So that's why I go for end of day over everything else. But if you have any questions about drawdown or need me to explain it further, just let me know in the comments and I'll answer those questions. And if you want to learn how to track your intraday trailing drawdown if you're using Apex, I got a video on how to do that right over here.